December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let I night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash all I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die, let I night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Saturday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones. What I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls. Y'all know we got Music Monday, but this is Sold Out, where we continue the sneaker talk, man. Speaking of that, sign up for that sold out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the comment section, and it's free to sign up. Or, of course, we continue the sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, which pretty much, football season's right around the corner. And we definitely got a music section as well. We continue to talk about music as well, but mostly sneakers, man. So if I don't get the content out in time or what have you, or if there's shop drops or some people release them early, certain stores release them early, it most likely will float around in the Discord first. So as y'all commenting out, y'all definitely smash that like button for the kid and sub up. And then also let me know if audio and visuals is okay for the kid as well. And yeah, man, we're going to get the party started. So pretty much, let me just see who all we got in the chat. And then, of course, let me just go ahead and talk about tonight's topic as well, get the introductions up there. So pretty much we're going to do a Brandon Dunne. Looks like he's done a podcast and basically spoke up why he joined StockX. So probably towards the end of the live, probably like the last 30 to 20 minutes, we'll talk that, give an update on Brandon Dunne. Now, if you don't know who that is, if I'm not mistaken, he worked for Complex for at least 10 plus years, if not more, right? Okay, but I'm almost positive he did that, and then all of a sudden now he's joined the team of StockX, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much he goes over his role in the podcast. So I'm going to say this video is for free use because I am going to be playing that podcast. Now, I will say this, he's a free man and able to do what he wants to do, right? Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say bash him for a better opportunity. However, I will say this, StockX necessarily has not been on the necessarily positive side of things as far as the general sneaker community, in my opinion, right? Okay, I mean, let's not forget that whole Nike lawsuit situation that's floating around. So we've seen a lot of people leave the building and a lot of new people come into the building. Is that what they need? Is it rebranding? Do they need somebody in there for that? So we'll talk about that tonight as well. Now, I'm going to say this. Keep in mind, Nike, the head honcho that probably sells the most sneakers, in my opinion, is probably doing some rebranding as well. Hence why we got the new CEO, Elliot Hill, and he looks like he's putting together the quote-unquote all-star team. So we're going to be talking about Brandon Dunne and his move to StockX. And then speaking of that, we'll start with Nike first. Pretty much the Nike turnaround plan update, right? Okay, so I want to start there, and then we'll transition on to Brandon Dunne. And then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases as well. Speaking of which, I know for a fact we did, I don't know if this is everybody or just me or we got lucky or what have you, but salutes to Divine Photos. I see you in the chat, homie. Pretty much, we did get where I think Snipes released the Air Jordan 4 Rare Air early. So I went for them. They were sitting. And again, I know there's supposed to be a crazy amount of stock numbers. Apparently was floating around. But I was hearing also from the minds that it looked like a lot of people's orders got canceled. Mine say pending, so I don't know if they're going to go ahead and push it through or not. But I'll keep my eye on that. So y'all wish the kid good luck for that one for sure. Let me touch the chat real quick, see what we got in the building, and then we'll get the party started. It says, let's see, we got, looks like Thomas Goldring Jr. in the building says, yo. And then it looks like he asked me, did I pick up the Air Jordan 8s? No. So those did drop today. Let me see if they're actually still sitting on the sneakers app real quick before we just dive in. Because reality is, let's see where we at real quick. Let me see. Let me go to pretty much sneakers app real quick. I'm not sure if they sold out, but I'm gonna be honest. Oh wow. So it looks like they sold out on the sneakers app. Now I'm not sure if you can put your footwork in or how rare they were, but looks like, I will say this, and we were talking about this in the Goodfellas meeting last night as well, right? Nike them can probably easily set it to sell out whenever they want to, but does Nike ever officially ever sell out, right? Okay, but it's saying sold out on the sneakers app, but I'm no betting man. I'm willing to bet you could probably put in the footwork and find them joints. I mean, even when I caught my pair, I want to say back in 2015-ish, 2016, one of those years, they were readily available for months, man. No cap. But no, I didn't cop a new pair. My pair is still in good condition. I didn't see the point. And I know normally I usually cop a fresh pair, sell the old pair. But this pair, man, I mean, to be honest, I rarely wear the pair I got now. So, I mean, I didn't have no justification for myself to even cop them joints. Looks like we got Kwame in the building. Says, yo, what up, Kwame? What up? What up? Says, chilling off work Saturdays. That's what's good. Getting to the shmoney, bro. I respect it. We got Divine Photos in the building. Says, what's the update on the Rare Air Force for you? I posted it in the Discord, and I kind of just said it too, but I posted it in Discord pretty much. it still says pending. Like, I haven't got a cancellation email or anything. And I want to say, like, just an hour ago, I went and actually put in my order number. I put in all the information they asked me to, and it just says pending. It just got pending. So I don't know if they're going to pendingly cancel my order or pending, like, hey, you ain't get them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see. Are they going to cancel it? I don't know. Either way, I'm going to keep a close eye on them, because if not, I'll try again on some other apps. You know what I'm saying? But right now, pending is what's the update for me. Slayer says, what's up, Sneaker Squad 100? What up, Slayer? What up, Slayer? What up, Kwame? What up, Thomas? What up, Divine? Let's see. Divine says, apparently Snipes released the Red Air Force early by mistake. I'm not surprised. So if mine's pending, they probably will cancel mine eventually. I don't know. But at first, though, even when I saw it and then I went back into the Discord, it gave me an estimated of when it was going to be here and everything before I even purchased the joint. So I was like, oh, cool. If that's true, then, you know, because they ship them pretty fast, you know. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Divine Photo says the 8s are sitting everywhere. I'm not surprised. But on the Sneakers app, they're still there unless I need to close out and reopen or something. But they're still there on the Sneakers app. But you know, sometimes though, Nike will show sold out on the actual Sneakers app. But if you go to the Nike app, they'll be there. So interesting. You know what I'm saying? Just little tricks and trades that Nike them kind of do. That's why we do this like fake sellout thing that we have going along. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Devon says, you could walk in a Foot Locker, finish line, Snipes, and you will find them. I believe it. A lot of people, you know, the 8 is a bulky shoe. And even I'm selective with my 8s too. I don't hate them, and they are comfortable, but at the same time, it's still a bulky shoe. And it's not like the quote unquote, when we talk, like when we do top 5s or top 10s, no disrespect, but the 8s, you know, if they make the list, it's towards the high end, not the low end, right? No matter which ones you put in there, you know? And they've dropped some fire 8s, no pun intended here, but they dropped some really dope 8s as well. As he says, yesterday I was gonna cop the Kobe's, but I can't justify it because I have the orange LeBron Big Bangs. I mean, true. I feel you. I mean, some stuff, I get it, you know? And I will say, this is the most I've seen Nike them drop, like, Kobe's out of nowhere, man. And I'm not saying, like, out of nowhere, but to be honest, man, we talked about this in the Goodfellas as well. And I want to say RIP to Kobe as well, because when I mention his name, I still want to pay respects. But Kobe's, you know, I think they're really just for the true diehard Kobe fans, you know what I'm saying? And I know they're a good gym shoe from what I'm being told and whatnot. But at the same time, if it's a Kobe, I want at least a Kobe, you know. I don't know, man. That one wasn't it for me. I'll put it like that. And I kind of stressed my thoughts on that in the Drip or Skip video as well. But I'm not surprised. I thought you probably would have copped them, but I get it, though. Devon says, let's see. Now that the 10s are loaded, I don't think those 10s will be as limited as people make it seem. People always do. I mean, the thing is this, right? And I'm not picking on nobody in particular. And y'all know my thoughts on that whole situation, right? My thing is, right, I take all that information with a grain of salt, right? Sometimes this is my thing, the stock numbers, I never believe them to begin with. You know what I'm saying? Guess we get them floating around, guess we're gonna mumble it, that's cool, I ain't tripping, but I never fully believe it, because I'm like, to be honest, Nike them easily could restock this or I'm pretty sure nobody truly knows the true stock numbers except the people working in that department at Nike, and I'm pretty sure they're like, okay, cool, we're going to do this many, but we're only going to ship this many. Because how else they do random restock sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure they cancel a lot of the buy orders, this, that, and the third. And that may be true, you know? But at the same time, I'm just very curious. I would say this. Nike them don't do their best to try to block, or they don't confirm nor deny any of this information. So that's why I say take it with a grain of salt when you hear the numbers, man. Now the 10s that's loaded, I'm on the fence about those because my story with 10s, I've had like 3-4 pairs of 10s and I end up selling them all because I just didn't rock them enough, man. So I don't know if I'll do these, but I probably will because if I'm not mistaken, Jordan, he actually did ball in these joints, so I may go ahead and cop, you know what I'm saying? And even from what I got from like doing some research on the shoe, he wasn't crazy about 10s either at first. It took him a minute to get used to them joints, you know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? He says, where we at? Says, let's see, Slayer says, skip on those 8s, bruh. I mean, I feel you. it's not a bad shoe. And I mean, it's a classic timeless shoe. The reason I even think I got my pair to begin with is because, like, salutes to the homie Dunks. His brother, like, I remember when he had them joints and he had them joints dripping like crazy. So I always wanted a pair. But, you know, like, my pair, I wear them, but not, like, enough to justify saying, like, getting a fresh pair. Like, I don't hate them, but I don't love them either, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit up here and bash it because I do have this shoe. And salute to the people that did catch a W on those guys, because at the end of the day, sneaker copping and stuff like that, to me, it's all preference. You know what I'm saying? It's all preference at the end of the day. You got your taste and I got my taste. And then some of the stuff we're all just going to go crazy for because it's just super duper fire. And some people may not like it at all. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to think there's different tiers of each sneakerhead too. You know, we got the OGs, we got, you know, the people like me that's in the middle, and then the people that's like the young bucks that's coming up. They're definitely, I don't even understand them, but I guess that's because that's their generation and not me, right? I get it. But anyway, man, I'll talk a little bit more towards upcoming sneaker releases toward the end. But yeah, let me share my screen. We're going to get started on the first story here. We're going to talk about Nike, and then we're going to transition on to Brandon Dunne, play a little bit of that. Again, hopefully audio and visual is looking okay, but pretty much we're saying Nike, what you may not know about the Nike's Q4, the new findings revealed. So pretty much we're about to do an update to see how they're doing. Looks like we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, yerp, what up, Manny? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? I'm about to share my screen here and get the party started, man. And yeah, again, as y'all commenting out, do the kid one favor. That's all I ask. Smash the like button, you know what I'm saying? Of course, sub up if you haven't done so, but definitely smash that like button. It really goes a long way for the kid. And boom, should be sharing my screen right here. We're starting with the Nike story first. Then we'll transition on to Brandon Dunne's update about StockX, because he's just done a podcast. So pretty much we're going to cover this. Going to be on this joint for like roughly about enough for like 30 minutes or so. Yeah, just a nice chill stream tonight, man. Let's see. Nike, what you may not know about Nike's Q4, new findings reveal, noting that Nike's challenges are understood. BMO analyst Simon Siegel has a outperform rating on shares of Nike. Now, this is reported July 18th, and looks like, yeah, just yesterday. So pretty much they closed out the week covering what's going on with Nike. Keep in mind, Nike Incorporated, and I'm reading this off literally the article right here, says Nike Incorporated turnaround is going to take time, but at least its challenges are understood. So again, they know they got to bounce back. And my thing is this, Nike's down is a lot of companies up. But at the same time, when they're still the head honcho, if people aren't buying Nikes like that, I mean, when's the last time we really talked about Adidas? And I don't want to pick on them because they were kind of like those, like, it was Nike, then Adidas, right? And then, you know, the whole Ye situation. In fact, right, and I'm not picking on anybody in particular, but there was channels that was specifically, at one point, Adidas was doing so great with the Yeezy stuff that it was channels dedicated specifically just for Yeezy. I like to see that those channels still didn't just let that slow them down. You know, they kept grinding. You know what I'm saying? But now we got Nike, so they're feeling it. Think about this. Shoes aren't really moving like that. And we got the economy situation, right? Okay. Now we got back to school. Most people, when I did that back to school, like pretty much drop on Wednesday, most people were saying that, hey, you know, we gonna get kiddos some shoes, but you know, we about to either, you know, they're not gonna get what they normally get. You know, they gonna get them dope, or they gonna like try to like cut back on something else. You know what I'm saying? But should a person have to cut back on food or what have you to get that? I mean, it depends on the situation. If you want to get your little man or your daughters right, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta make sure the kids is taken care of first too. But it says, yeah, Nike Incorporated turnaround is going to take time, but at least its challenges are understood. It says that the conclusion from the BMO analyst Simon Siegel has had an outperform rating on shares of Nike, with the targeted price of $92. A share of Nikes are currently trading for $72.50 range. So pretty much, if you think about that, you know what I'm saying? Their stock is still not where it once was. At one point, it was like 92, or that's the targeted price. They want to be at $92 a share, but now they're at 72. So again, Nike them may be down, but they're nowhere near out. I mean, we still copping the shoes we still like. Like, I mean, we're talking about those rare airs now. You know what I'm saying? rare Air Force are gonna move. Even if they do got a lot of pairs, this is my thing. Nike anticipating that probably those shoes are gonna move, especially with back to school right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? And let's just keep it 100, not to pick on anybody's kid or anything, but some of these young bucks, they're wearing adult sizes. Not everybody, and I think they got these in the youth sizes too, or the grade school sizes too, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're coming in grade school sizes as well. But there are some kids that's in the man sizes, now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think I entered the man sizes like probably by middle school, dog. And it's like, yeah, I was still a small size, pause, but it was pretty much I was getting like a size 6, size 7, you know what I'm saying? Like, that easily could push over to the man sizes, you know what I'm saying? Easily. After that, it just goes up, But I will say 6, you still can borderline go in the grade school area. However, this the thing too, when you do that, right? Sometimes Nike makes the smaller sizes, like the grade school sizes, or even like the young buck sizes, right? If even you can fit those. Say like, cause I would say like, for example, like the ladies. Whenever the ladies who got small feet, and I know there's a big feet game for ladies as well, not picking on anybody, but for the ladies who got the small feet, like they can go in the grade school sizes. However, what I was trying to get at, grade school size silhouette don't always look the same as like the full adult size run. You know what I'm saying? For the people who care about that, that could be make or break for some people too. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit the chat real quick. Manny says, Nike did a fake sellout on sneakers app with the Aqua 8s. I passed by a couple and saw them sitting, shaking my head. That's what Divine was saying. Divine was saying that like they're pretty much, you can walk into any store and get them right now. So again, you got to keep in mind, I'm pretty sure Nike them have like a like app admin or whatever it's called. And yeah, they were like, yo, cut it off. You know what I'm saying? Make it say this. You know what I'm saying? They can tweak it all where, whether the numbers are true or not, I don't know. Maybe they didn't put that many stock to release on sneakers, Again, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not going to be one of those people that's pretending like I know the stock numbers. And again, not saying the people that do post it don't know, you know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. You said a couple stores. I saw you. Yeah, I got you, Manny. Let's see. It says, like every footwear company, tariffs and sourcing distributions are top of the mind at Nike. And I knew we were going to get on tariffs, even though I had them up there in the tab. I didn't really plan on really going into them, but I will if I have to. But we're going to keep the party going. But obviously tariffs, right? That's on there too, which basically means the cost that, not necessarily what it takes for Nike them to get the shoe made, but if I had to guess, that means to get the shoe, and we've already covered this, to get the shoe over here, it's going to cost them more. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit the chat real quick. Slayer says, damn, $215 for the 8s? That's criminal. Hey, and then for the rare Air Force, they want $220, dog. $220. And then I know some people, like we was talking to Divine, like if you tried on the Snipes joint, like I haven't canceled all the orders yet, right? But this is my thing. If you, depending on your state, now there are some states that don't have any taxes at all. Those states, you're good money. But for the states who do have a lot of taxes, like where I live, definitely got taxes. It's not fun. But if I'm not mistaken, where Dunks live in Vegas, they don't got to worry about the tax. That would have just been straight up $220 for them, if I'm not mistaken. And shipping was free, you know what I'm saying? But I get what Damon was saying, dog. Where we at real quick, Manny says, good-ish on the rare Air Force Polo, early W. Yes, sir. Appreciate that. I'm hoping my order don't get canceled, so hopefully they get here before the actual drop. And, I'll do my very best to get the unboxing and review and on feet for you guys for sure. You know what I'm saying? I was going to cop them anyway. You know what I'm saying? Where we at real quick? Where we at? Kwame says, for real, Nike wild prices bring stock down if nobody buying anymore. This is true. This is my thing. And I was the one that's preaching this. And yes, I'm guilty of still buying them. And I think we all are. But my thing is this. I've always said Jordan Brand and Nike them have already, honestly, even back in the day, they came out the gate like swinging with the prices. And to be honest, like I've told y'all, I ain't seen, every now and then you see a joint go on sale, but they still be in the $100 range. You know what I'm saying? They don't take nothing less than $100, which we've already covered that topic 100 times too, of like saying, hey, it cost them X amount of money to get the shoe made. That's true, but then they got to pay more now to get it shipped. even still when it's all said and done, it's still obviously for them to make profit, they have to spend way less on getting the shoe made and getting it over here and able to sell it at that so it can make profit, so everybody can live the way they want to live, you know? But yeah, Jordans are literally what you walking. You need what was once you need $100, now you need $200. You know, and a little extra. But you're not. Let me clarify this. You need more than $200. You know, I'm telling you this, and I don't want to jinx it, but if they keep and think about this, right? The Jordan 11, them joints is at like what 232. Yeah, they at 230 now. You know, they at a phone positive price. You know what I'm saying? I must say this: that hey, Jordan Brand and Nike, that better be the max. It is for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? Slayer says Nike robbing us for real. This is true. This is true. You know what I'm saying? For them to charge that, they should be a little bit more friendly, you know, with advertising and stuff like that. But to be honest, we've built a whole sneaker culture where, to be honest, do Nike really need to pay that much for advertisement? I'm sure they do, but we help. You know what I'm saying? Whether they like it or not. And I'm sure they love it. Where we at? Manny says Devon, Slayer, and Kwame 100. Salute with the strong arm. Let me get back to the article real quick. It says, like every footwear company, tariffs and sourcing distributions are top of the mind at Nike, which has a significant exposure globally, but also a major negotiating power with the factory and supply chain partners. Slayer says the retail prices looking like resale prices. So, again, didn't even want to go down that rabbit hole, but just to touch on that since you brought it up, Slayer, okay, cool. We'll take the prices out of the equation, let's just put it in the background. They're still there because they're not going away. Question for everybody in the chat, right? If the retail prices are feeling like resale prices and shoes aren't selling out on the retail side of thing, I'm very curious what these resale shops is doing. To be honest, man, they most likely know, like, to be honest, most people ain't finna look on the resale market unless the shoe is truly, truly, truly limited in these days. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. Let's see what, Travis Scott, most likely you're gonna have to pay resale for no matter how you slice it and dice it, unless you just get lucky, right? That's a shoe we know that's gonna sell out. You know what I'm saying? But to be honest, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Now you're a resale shop and you're banging on trying to get the Travis Scott sneaker. And most likely, if they do get them backdoor to get them early or what have you, I'm pretty sure they got to put more money to get them than what the shoe was going for retail-wise. And that's where all that stuff gets determining in there. You know what I'm saying? What kills me with some of the resale shops are like, this is the current market, this is the current market. Like, who the hell set this market? You know what I'm saying? Could it be us, the consumer, that's what we're willing to pay? Or, because some shoes, they don't just bring them back down to try to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Some of them hold them and say, it's going to be a big payday, so I'm going to hold off on it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel you, Slayer. Where we are real quick, it says, Siegel's check on Nike's fourth quarter regulating filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission found that Nike footwear is supplied by 97 factories in 11 countries versus 96 across 11 countries last year. So it looks like they got one more now. So the Vietnam was the largest producer at 51%, Indonesia at 28%, and China at 17%. Four footwear manufacturers represented 59% of Nike brand's footwear production versus 57% last year. So looks like they even brought on more. You know what I'm saying? At one point they had 57% doing this. Now it's what? They're saying it's 59. So yeah, they've increased it to get more stuff done. I get it. But now you got the tariffs to play into this factor. It says in apparel, Nike works with 303 factories in 34 countries versus 285 across 33 countries last year. So Vietnam was the brand's largest apparel supplier at 31%, followed by China and Cambodia, each at 15%. The top 5 apparel manufacturers represented 51% of Nike's brand apparel production. Nike rebuilds its wholesale business and clears the excess inventory. The company has also been refining its pricing strategy. So again, Nike them is trying to get back where they once was because, they're still that billion-dollar company. They're used to being in the big billies, you know what I'm saying? And they still are, in my opinion, but you as a company, you either want to go up, you want to either plateau, like level out or go up. You want to see slowly incline. You don't want to decline, then, because that means you feel like you're doing something wrong. If I had to guess. It says average selling prices for footwear were down 3% for the last year, or flat in quarter one, down 5% in quarter two, down 1% in quarter three, and down at estimated 6% in quarter four. All selling regions except Greater China posted larger ASPs declines in the fourth quarter versus the full year. Now, ASPs is pretty much the average selling price. That's what that stands for the people who don't know. And yes, I just discovered that in the article because I didn't know, right? Okay, I'm not even gonna front like I just knew that because I ain't no businessman. But doing these researches and doing these lives, I actually do feels like I learned a little bit more behind the scenes, so to speak, right? It says apparel and ASPs were flat for the year, or were 3% in quarter one, down 2% in quarter two, down 1% in quarter three, and an estimated 1% in quarter four. North America and EMEA, which is Europe, Middle East, and Africa, saw ASPs decline for the year, down 1% and down 3%, and respectively, while Greater China and ALPA, which is Asia Pacific and Latin America, grew up 5% and 2% respectively. So they saw some growth on that, but overall across the board as a whole, they saw a decline, something they don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? It says Nike fourth quarter direct to consumer, which that's DTC, sales fell 14% year over year in the EBIT earnings, and that's before interest and taxes. Margins contracted more than 900 basis points. The BMO analysts noted that while the foreign exchange rates could have had an impact, it found that the North American sales were similar, with the DTC dollars also down 14% and the EBIT margin contracting around 550 basis points. So pretty much, again, while the tariffs may play a part in this, it's the direct-to-consumer approach that, remember, the previous CEO was trying to push. But now, as you can see, like now that we got a new guy in there which used to work for Nike, now he's back working at Nike, he's got it where it looks like he's going to get the more of the stores involved, they're going back to like making sure we get it at the foot stores, So I think that actually hurt Foot Locker too, hence why they probably got bought out by Dick's Sporting Goods, Allegedly. I don't know the reasoning, It says, overall inventory is on the rise, with Nike ending up the year 9% year over year. That compares with year ago inventory levels that were down 11%. Nike's Converse brand ended the year with an inventory down 8%, and separately, its Jordan brand revenue of $7.27 billion for the year was down 16% from $8.7 billion in the year. So pretty much, yeah, they lost a little bit, but nothing crazy. I mean, it's the thing. They still in the billies, but in their eyes, all they see is like we're losing millions, but y'all still up in the billions. But you know what I'm saying? That's like cool. They all right. You know what I'm saying? It's like they definitely in recovery mode, but they're not down. They're down, but they're not out. Maybe that's the nicest way I should put it. It says Nike on June 26 posted fourth quarter results that saw a net income at the Beaverton, Oregon-based firm fall 86% to $211 million for $1.5 billion and a year ago price. Net sales were down 12% and to $11.1 billion from $12.61 billion. Shares at the time were trading at the $62 range. So they've seen it go down. Now they're up to 72, but gold is want to be 92 for the people who are keeping track of this joint. It says Nike managed also guided first quarter sales above Wall Street consensus estimate, which Siegel said last month marked the first of all street guide since the fourth quarter of 2023. He said management noted that encouraging margins that included stronger wholesale order books, progress in Nike's classic franchise management, and running momentum. Says Nike CEO Elliott Hill told investors in the forum that fourth quarter earnings called that the worst is over. So pretty much he's saying, hey, we ain't going down no more. It's kind of like Rocky. After this, we ain't got nowhere to go but up. So pretty much said this is worse. He says, noting also the numbers were already showing improvements in running. He said Nike running grew by high single digits in the quarter, citing also the success of the Vomero 18 shoe, which had already grown into a $100 million franchise following the February launch. It says Three specialty retailers who spoke with Footwear News confirmed that Nike running comeback is real, with the Vomero 18 the top seller, and the Vomero 18 putting Nike running back on the map. It said it will soon be joined by the Vomero Plus and Vomero Premium. Let me look at this Vomero 18, dog. I know what the Vomero is, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't be keeping up with the numbers like that. Hold on, let me put myself back on the main screen, and then I'm going to see if I can pull this joint real quick, because I want to see what it looked like. Let me see what it looked like. Oh, yeah, it definitely screams gym shoe. Not trying to hate on it or nothing like that. And probably the ladies is going crazy for it. Even though, ironically, I know I had it on, like, the thumbnail. Boom. But this is what I had on thumbnail right here. Not for me, but apparently running-wise. Because there are a lot of people that like to run. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're looking probably for a good, like, workout shoe, I'd assume this is probably it. You know what I'm saying? Screens like for the ladies for me, but that's just me. Let me close out on this part of the article, then we'll transition on to Brandon Dunne, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases, and then we will wrap this joint up. It says, an earlier month, Nike made a change in the challenged Converse division, naming 21-year-old company veteran Aaron Kane to the top post. Kane succeeds current brand CEO Jared Carver, which I did cover that too as well. So we've already kind of covered that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that pretty much is the update on Nike. Let's transition on to Brandon Dunne real quick. Now, as you can see, this is where now he's at StockX. This was his post July 1st, so roughly about 2 weeks ago, going on tree, right? Pretty much, I think he had been in Complex for quite some time, and now he's over at StockX. So this is the announcement he did, and I know I covered this a little bit, but he did an update, so I'm going to play that podcast of where he talks about it just a little bit. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. I just want to say that for YouTube. It says, in the post, he says, he's excited to announce that I'm joining StockX as the Senior Director, Customer Community and Engagement. The work I'll be doing there is an extension of what I already enjoy most, building connections with sneaker collectors and fans around the world. Feeling deeply grateful for everyone who supported me through the last chapter and everyone who is coming along for this next one. And then, of course, Joe LaPuma says, hands down, adding an insult to an injury. Wow. So what does he mean by that? Says he says pretty much JLP hands down is handing insult to injury. So pretty much Joe LaPuma is saying that. But you ever resold sneakers? That's what young Corey said. And then this is people in the comment section. I just want to get people's thoughts on this too. Might as well read it while I'm here. It says, although all those years of cooking StockX, now you work for them is crazy work. Hey, I mean, they're just saying what everybody is thinking, right? And then it looks like StockX actually posted too. It said, let's get it. It says, maybe start a podcast. Let's say with someone of Italian descent and one of those always kind of grumpy. I'll be into that. It says, congrats, my bro. And this is from Ronnie Feig. If I'm not mistaken, that's a dude who actually, he has his own shop as well. And he's done collabs as well too. Looks like we got Premium Pete that says, congrats and blessings. StockX got themselves a leader. Creative and truly one of the good guys in the industry. Blessings always, my friend. So pretty much he's getting mixed emotions on it, you know what I'm saying? Insane way to announce your new StockX seller level. It says, this is bigger than the decision by LeBron James when he took his talents to Miami. Congrats, Dunne. Okay, I mean, that was a stretch, but I get what he's trying to say. I'll get back to this a little bit because I do want to transition here and make sure that I cover this real quick. So I want to play this. This is where he pretty much go in here. I'm going to make sure I got the audio on this joint. Fair use. I do want to just get where he did kind of, they asked him a question, his thought on this. And then I'm going to cover pretty much why he pretty much going into this. So pretty much he talks to sneaker culture and how he ended up going to StockX. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully I'm not going too far back. But yeah, I'm going to go back just a little bit. Let me see real quick. Audio should be coming through. Let me make sure it's good.
Well, I would have been interested in that, at least. Like, you know.
So here's the podcast.
We'll keep tracking.
I found,
We'll keep trying.
I like that. Well, I guess pivoting on to, you know, you're on to bigger and better things now that you're the, and correct me if I get the title wrong, Senior Director of Customer and Community Engagement at StockX?
Yep, you got it, Seth.
Wow. Exactly. That's a big title and a long title for like, okay, it's the nicest way. Like, I would assume their next question, and salutes to this podcast, by the way. I believe the podcast, let me get the name. I just want to give them their shouts to Beyond Kicks Podcast. So this is something that's interesting. I'm very curious how they know each other, but yeah, that's a long title. But let's see where he breaks it down, see if he can explain what exactly that is, right? Because if we go off this, right, I need to read it again, what he actually does. So he's pretty much the Senior Director of Customer Community and Engagement, right? That's a mouthful. But let's see if he breaks down actually what it does. Y'all let me know if audio and visual is okay.
That's insane.
That was pulled directly from your Instagram, so.
I hope it's right on my Instagram.
Or the Sneaker Man was the other one that was going to be put in there.
Yeah. So would you mind just telling us a little more about this new role and what all it entails?
Exactly. That's what I want to know. So this is the part I'm about to zone in real quick if you guys don't mind, man. And as y'all coming out, definitely smash that like button too. Means a lot for the kid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a couple weeks in here at StockX, so I'm not going to pretend like I've had a great impact just yet. But basically, the idea is that I am serving as an advocate for StockX and a brand ambassador to the sneaker communities and the people that really power the company and the culture. I feel like there are ways that StockX can be more of a culture company and more of a place that people can interact with beyond just transacting with and beyond just buying and selling in sneakers. And I'm on the record well before I joined StockX as like saying that this is a place that really impacted the way we think about sneakers, the way we buy sneakers, the way...
He borderline sounds a little scripted, like they brainwashed him, because again, like people were saying in the comment section on his Instagram post, like, dog, this was a guy that, you know, on Full Size Run, and correct me if I'm wrong, he kind of used to go in on StockX, if I'm not mistaken, dog. He used to kind of go in, but y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but he used to go in on StockX.
We sell sneakers, I think, more than any other entity in the space in the last 15 years, other than obviously the brands themselves. So it's a hugely important company, and I think that it has an important role to play in just like interacting with the people who helped build the platform, like from a consumer standpoint, and just like being able to celebrate sneaker culture with people in addition to helping them buy or sell the sneakers that they want.
If I'm not mistaken, dog, how does that even answer the question? Like, to be honest, I feel like he didn't really, I mean, he says he's going to help people buy the shoes that they want, but at the same time, it's like, dog, are you going to be making sure we getting that authentic issue that's kind of still out there floating in the air? StockX, I will give them credit where credit is due. As far as best prices, majority of the time, StockX has the better price on the resale market if it's a shoe that you can't find that's there. But is it worth the headache of getting to look at a stock image that you don't get? The meaning you get to see a stock image of, I can do that, but you don't get to see what you're actually about to buy, right? I'm not about to go down the tail rabbit and comparing them to eBay and what have you. I already done that, right? But it probably self-consciously I'm about to do it anyway. But my thing with StockX, like, bro, you up here, you know, you got the lawsuit with Nike. You got Brandon Dunne over here who used to go in, but I'm very curious what else they did to sell them. And I know pretty sure it's probably a financial situation too that was probably good in his favor, you know. But can Brandon, can he bring back StockX? Because it's too not where it once was, if we're gonna keep it real. Let's see. Slayer says the StockX check must be nice for him to speak like that. Hey, it's like you're reading my mind, Slayer. Literally, it's like you're reading my mind. I mean, to be honest, I would assume, right? Because this is the guy that was going in. Now, he sounds like, you know, who the spokesperson for him, you know? Let me get back to it.
That's awesome, dude.
That's spot on.
Yeah. A little bit of a different question. What made now sort of the perfect time to do this switcheroo in a professional career? Was this
good question
opportunity
good
sort
question.
of like presented to you and you were just like, well, that's good, like now's the time? Or were you sort of shopping around a bit and this is sort of, I guess, what you landed on?
Great question. What made him want, and that's what I wanted to know too, and that was my goal to find out for you guys as well tonight. What made him want to leave Complex after all these years and then go out of all places, not to bash StockX, but like what made him want to leave there and go to StockX? I got to know. So this is what he's supposed to be answering. Hopefully it's not too generic and we don't understand like he answered the last question. And I'm not taking shots at Brandon Dunne, man. He's salutes to him. He's a legend.
Yeah, I wasn't shopping around a bit. I mean, I had been at Complex for 10 and a half years, so I think that that long at one place always presents questions about change or when is the right time to make a change. And I've been in contact with the people at StockX for a long time now because it's a company that I've covered in my professional life. I've written a lot about, and so I already had those connections there, and they reached out to me about what they wanted to do and what they saw as the future of the company, especially with this role, and especially about the way that StockX could really interact with the communities that it's based on. So it was a tough decision because, like I said, I've been at Complex for so long, and that was my home in a lot of ways, and I'm very proud of the work that I've done there, and I love the people who I worked with there. But also, like, I do think StockX sits at this really important intersection when you're looking at the future of the market, and so
Bro, he sounds hella scripted, and I'm not trying to diss him or anything, right? Fair use, again, saying that for YouTube purposes, but this is my thing, right? And I'm not going at the podcast. They're asking the right questions and doing the right thing here. This is my thing. They asked him, he's like, he been at pretty much Complex for 10 and a half years. Why change over now? He said he was just looking for, did he sit there too long and he thinks StockX is the future of the sneaker world? Like, am I hearing that correctly or am I tripping? Let me get back to
I weighed all those things. It was a tough thing to weigh, especially knowing that the public would have a reaction to it, but I'm happy with my decision.
So yeah, he's not surprised to see how people are reacting to this, obviously, right? And I'm not gonna cover the whole podcast. If I'm not mistaken, this joint is like an hour long, but I'm trying to hit the key spots here. I'm gonna wrap it up in roughly about 6 or 7 minutes or so, by the way.
Decision.
I know the post that you did, I did very well. People were very excited for you. I was as well. I've always had a very big fascination with StockX too. I don't know if it was a documentary that StockX put out on YouTube a couple of years ago or something talking about kind of the bigger vision of StockX, because a lot of people just see StockX as a marketplace and buying and selling shoes and the graphs of investing in shoes when that was really big during COVID.
For sure.
It's just a different, it's a marketplace, but I've always seen it as they've been pushing the boundaries and pushing the forefront. What was one element about StockX that kind of drew you? And I know you just kind of hit on stuff, but was there one thing that's like, I could maybe have a little hand in this in the future?
Yeah, I'm very curious what he thought he's gonna. This is my thing. I get his role, but I wonder what made him think like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go over there and change the game. You know what I'm saying? This is pretty much a question that he's asking. These guys are doing a tremendous job too. I actually pretty like this. I'm pretty much like this podcast. I'm personally gonna watch the whole joint probably when I get off live here. You know what I'm saying? I recommend it to you guys, right? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have anything else, check it out.
You're going forward, or something that really got you excited?
Honestly, when I went out to Detroit, where StockX is headquartered, for a recruiting trip a few months ago, it was the first time I had been there. The first time I'd been to Detroit at all, but like getting to see where the actual verification happens and going to this little space. I don't know how much I can talk about it, but they have some very advanced machinery that you can scan sneakers with. If you guys remember that post earlier on this year where StockX was the first entity to discover this hidden numbering on the ruby red slipper Nike SB Dunk, where the blind box pairs, basically they were like numbered. I think it's like woven into the tongue label. So that stuff happens at this, again, place they call like the Innovation Lab, if I have the name correct.
Area 51 of StockX.
Exactly. So just like...
So he's saying StockX is good at 100% authentic checks, but I don't know. Nike, them seem to think different, and so does that lawsuit. And they got the technology or what have you, but I've always said this too about as far as this technology side of things, right? Because I've seen this stuff. It's kind of one of those, it's only as good as you train it, right? So this is my thing. While it may tell you for sure the consistency of the shoe, but if you start out scanning a fake shoe to begin with, you're already teaching it wrong. And I could be wrong of how it works. So this is all a legend and opinionated base. Whole live is a legend and opinionated base. But that's my thing though. If it's a technology type of thing, but you got to train it, You know, what if he started out with a fake to begin with? I'm not saying they are, but I'm just saying that's a question that's always been in the back of my mind that I would like to ask them, you know? Slayer says he answered the question without answering the question. And to be honest, that's what he seems like he's doing pretty much every question. He gives them an answer, but he just, honestly, like he goes in a circle. I'm going to cover this last little part, and then we're going to talk upcoming sneaker releases. You know what I'm saying? I may even revisit this joint, too, if I don't watch it tonight.
Seeing that stuff up close and being like, oh, this thing is so much deeper than I think a lot of people recognize. And I can say that being a user for so long, being a buyer and a seller, like knowing the extent to which it felt like a black box from the outside and you didn't really know what was going on, but like getting to go there and like see that, like I was like, oh, there's like a lot of interesting stuff happening here that I think the public deserves to see.
Yeah, I remember seeing that post, and that was just another one of those things where it's like nobody's doing that I'm aware of, and like posting stuff like that stuff's really interesting. All the nitty-gritty details and stuff like that on the posting is.
My thing is, if they're so good at like getting their stuff like authentic, why did they change it to 100% StockX verified? You know what I'm saying? A customer wants to hear the word authentic. Are they real? I don't hear if they're, you know, saying StockX verified to me is like saying they are StockX real, you know? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is, you know, they're real, they're real in the StockX world. No, I want them real to this is what Nike them brought to the table. Looks like Devon says, what up, Manny? Cool.
Scans and stuff that we don't even know what's going on.
I'm about to pull up to that machine and just have them start scanning random stuff, like not even sneakers. You know, I want a 3D
Exactly.
CT model of all sorts of stuff.
That would be awesome, actually. But like, there are so many little hidden details on sneakers that a lot of people either miss or, you know, just don't pay attention to, and that kind of stuff, like shining a light on it, would be really cool to see. And that's like easy stuff that you can share with the community and be like, oh, start
shining
a
an X-ray on it, shining like a blinding, piercing, you
got it. You got it.
Cannon of laser beams. I don't know how this stuff works.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds right to me. I don't know.
Perfect.
So looking at StockX, where do they want you to fit in, or where do they want you to lead the charge? Because it sounds like you have a pretty cool idea of where you can fit in or lead the charge. What is kind of their vision of you in this new position? I just want to hear this last
part, and then I'll talk.
I think that it has a lot to do with being places in person, bringing people out to Detroit so they could see the same things I saw. You know, I hope we can have you guys at a verification center at some point in the future so you can see the same process of like where a shoe.
They've done that before when the sneaker YouTuber was booming, and they had all them sneaker YouTubers all go out there around the same time. And I mean, I even commented on some of their videos and was like, yo, is this it? Because they were like, this is an authentic place. Boom, boom, boom. Pass it on. Like, I'm like, they're like, that's all the, you know, the YouTubers then came out like, it's much more than that, but we didn't cover that part. But, you know, that's pretty much just like, you know, they had already checked that. I'm like, nah, that ain't how it went down. You pretty much, and let me put it this way. They may be right because I wasn't there. It's like, sure, it didn't come across like that. That's all I'm saying. So, let me play this last few seconds of this part, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases and wrap things up for tonight. I'm coming up on that hour mark, of course. So, again, appreciate everybody for coming through tonight. Smash that like button, sub up for sure. Playing this last part, and then we're going to wrap things up.
Goes from buyer to seller. So to me, and part of this is biased by my own experiences in the past year of feeling so energized to be outside. I spoke earlier about the Clint Cortez Nike Air Trainer Huarache thing happening in New York City, but I think there's a really exciting moment happening right now in sneakers. And again, maybe some of the biases that I'm in New York where a lot of this stuff happens, but just like these physical in-person events, and like that's, I think, where one of the exciting opportunities is for StockX that I can play a part in, is just like bringing people together on a physical level and like taking some of these online conversations that we have into real life. And I think that there's a lot of opportunities to do that, especially here in New York.
And I hope you don't slow down with those sneaker adventures either, because I love living vicariously through you.
Interesting. So we'll see, man. Let me talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, then we're going to wrap things up for the night, man. Probably will watch the rest of this whenever I get off live, because like I said, this joint is an hour and 8 minutes long. I ain't going to keep you guys there watching the whole joint. I will say it's interesting, but for the most part, I don't feel like he's gave a direct answer. It could just be me, But I don't feel like he's giving a direct answer to any damn question just yet, and I could just be geeking and tripping, right? But let's talk upcoming sneaker releases. We know we got the Rare Air 4s coming. I know we did the Snipes thing. So far, so good. I haven't seen my order cancel, so I'll let you guys know if I got them early for real, or, you know, they cancel my order, so I'll give you guys on that one. We also have the Among Your 5s. These are anticipated to drop next week as well. Me personally, I'm not super duper crazy about them, but if I'm not mistaken, here's the images right here. I got the black joints, and I remember they did the other joint. It was called like with Dusk and Dunne joints. And that was back in what, 2023, if I'm not mistaken. So we're getting these right here. Okay, but I'm going to say it nicely. On my year, not your best work, dog, in my opinion. I do like the Nike check on there. I know Manny said they should probably switch up the color a little bit. But it's much deeper than that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Moving right along. Looks like they're going to try to bring back a band Jordan 1 here, but they're going to do it in a low, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so it's expected to release a low top with the special details with the band X on that joint. It's going to sell, but I wish they would have just did it like the high top joints like this, but apparently there's going to be a low top version too. I've seen the talk about that, so we'll see how it goes. It's going to move regardless because it's a band, and especially if that's the goal, but I'm very curious. I wish they would have just kept it, do a high joint. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, but Nike them looks like they're trying to give us more of what we want. You know, I will say that. And then apparently there is a Jordan brand sneaker that's inspired by like pretty much, if I'm not mistaken, pizza inspired. I didn't even know these joints dropped, but apparently these right here are supposed to be like Air Jordan 1 Low SE pizza. I don't know if you guys was keeping up with these. I ain't seen nobody post them in the Discord. I was doing research for the live this morning to get ready to set up for tonight. And I saw these come across my plate, and I was like, what the hell? But yeah, this is the Chicago-style pizza pickup and delivery. I'm curious if is this the joint where he got the pizza and he got sick and, you know, he had food poisoning, and that's what came about being the flu games. Don't quote me, though. I don't know if these are going to move. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Again, I don't even know where they're probably on the Nike app, if anything. I ain't seen them on sneakers. They're not bad though. To keep it 100, it's not a bad shoe. I feel like for the dads, for the OGs, you know what I'm saying? For the OGs, why not? You know what I'm saying? Again, special boxing. Look at this. Look like this is a pizza box right here. I like how they did this. Again, details like this where, to be honest, I know we don't wear the box, but details like this help tell the story. Because look at this right here. That's a good job, the thing I like Jordan brand. And then all these extra laces. Actually, this is a dope shoe. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it's a dope shoe for sure. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, let me put myself back on the screen. And then we're going to wrap things up for the night. Let me double check and look on the sneakers app real quick to see if we got anything else that I didn't talk about that I missed out on real quick. So y'all bear with the kid. Just checking out this. Aqua 8 sold out according to the sneakers app. But we do have the Nike SB Dunks that are coming next week. Those art and rec joints, the skate shop joints. Now, I know they've already dropped at skate shops, I think officially today. But official release on the sneakers app is actually going to be on Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? And then pretty much we do have the Rare Air 4s, which we already know that. That looks like it's coming in a full-size run because that's in toddler sizes, little kid sizes, big kid sizes, and the dad sizes. So that lets you know it's going to be heavily produced, you know, point blank, period. And then I think the only thing I've seen that's loaded up here, August 2nd, is going to be the steel joints, Air Jordan 10 steels. I'll probably grab them because I know Jordan played in them. And then we got the shattered backboards, which that's not anticipated till August 23rd. Gives me time to really think about it. Right now, to answer the question would be no, because I still got my 2016 pair. However, I don't know. I may switch up. August is also the month of my birthday, so I'll see what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying yes and I'm not saying no. Let's see. Divine Photos says, not gonna lie, I do want those undefeated 4s. Those are nice too. If those drop, I want those. In fact, I got my eye on a fit that that's gonna go with some Travis's I got. It's gonna go with the both of the Travis's, all the Travis theme sneakers is gonna hit. And if I was to get those undefeated 4s, this fit would be like perfect for it. So I'm gonna check the piggy bank and hopefully get those joints ordered pretty soon. Hopefully, knock on wood. And yeah, where we at real quick? Devon says, just wait till the shattered backboards go under retail. If they go under retail, you can quote me. If I can use like a $20 coupon or something, I'll cotton them joints. I'm not selling my 2016 pair. No, on God, I'm not. You're just gonna be seeing me rock the shattered backboards a lot more. Probably the newer joints than the older joints. You know what I'm saying? Because the old joints, the thing is with the shattered backboards, the reason we gotta talk about it, and I am gonna get up off here, but the 2016 pair is what everybody compare the best quality Jordan. Like when we talk about the best quality Jordan 1, everybody always compare it to the shattered backboard quality. So, you know, the people that got them in hand now early, they're saying the quality is nowhere near on that level because it's just a different ball game now. So that's another thing too, where I was like, you know, normally I'm the guy that get the new pair, sell the old pair, but I don't think I can do it. I can't do it for the 2016 pair. That was a hard shoe, and even I came off the hit with that one. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Mandarin Kick says, Undefeated 4 is must cop for me. I feel you. Devon says, you going to listen to Raekwon's album? Yeah, I'm going to do that for sure. Maybe do like a listening party on that joint as well. You know what I'm saying? I probably should have did it Friday, you know, but I really just busy day. But probably, yeah. The thing is, on Friday, I'm going to try to start doing listening parties for sure, man. So if I don't listen to that joint, like, through the week, I'll probably do a listening party on that joint. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, to keep it 100, until you posted it on Discord, I didn't know he dropped an album, you know? Where we at real quick? Let's see. Man of the Kick says, those shattered backboards, Air Force One's gonna brick out watch. They probably will. You talking about the Jordan ones, they're gonna brick out. We'll see. If they overly produce it, and like I said, if the buying is right and they're gonna sell, I'm copping for sure. But other than that, man, I've been on this joint for an hour and 6 minutes. Let's go and wrap this thing up here for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love as always. Definitely smash that like button as y'all commented out, man. Definitely sub up to the channel if you haven't done so already. Sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned at the top of the comment section and it's free to sign up. Or of course, we continue to sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section, you name it. I'll be back live again on Monday with another Music Monday. Until then, definitely smash the like button, sub up. My name is Jeremy Jones, and y'all know I make content about sneakers, occasional try on hauls, and y'all know I'll see you guys again on Monday. Other than that, definitely smash the like button, and I am officially out this thing, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. Oh, I'ma cry or why. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Who broke my heart can remember.